Floley, of the Light and Forest, an encounter with flowers. Deep within the forest lay a world where the light had all but faded. The trees stood in a heavy silence. Not even the rustle of a single leaf could be heard. In these woods, where even the starlight failed to reach, the flowers, the trees, and the forest spirits slept in quiet seclusion. Yet, in a place known to no one, a tiny spark of hope still breathed, and that hope was about to guide Floley. Floley stood still at the entrance to the forest. He had always been timid, staying only where it was safe, but something was calling out to him. It was clear that the forest's radiance was slowly beginning to dim. The leaves had grown dull, and the birds had fallen silent. A sudden wave of sadness washed over Floley. This forest was once supposed to be overflowing with light. If there is anything I can do, I must find it, he thought. But he was afraid to take that first step. What was waiting for him deep within the woods? Floley gently clutched the pendant around his neck. It was something he had worn since he was very young. Keep this with you always, for it will protect you. Memories of his early childhood kindled deep within his heart, his mother's gentle touch and his father's quiet smile. Since the day he heard those words, Floley had never once taken the pendant off. I wonder if there's anything I can do, Floley whispered to himself. Taking a deep breath, he took a hesitant, fearful step forward. The dry leaves beneath his feet gave a soft crunch. In the stillness, the sound resonated as if the forest itself were speaking to him. At that moment, he felt the breeze brushing against his cheek grow soft and tender. It was as if the forest were gently drawing close to him. Floley paused and looked up at the sky. Was the forest responding to his resolve? He clutched his pendant once more and continued his journey. From amidst the grass and flowers, a small rabbit appeared. It gazed intently at Floley, its fluffy tail swaying. I'm Noah the rabbit. Let's find the flowers that protect the forest. Floley was bewildered, yet he felt a flicker of joy. If he wasn't alone, he felt he could keep going through these woods. If you want to save the forest, I'll help you, Noah said, hopping energetically. Floley nodded, his heart feeling a little lighter. There was so much life in this forest worth protecting. As Floley and Noah ventured deeper, an elegant singing voice suddenly echoed through the air. A clear melody carried on the wind, and a canary fluttered down from a branch. I am Serena. I have come to deliver the songs that resonate through the forest. Her feathers, with their yellow gradation, shimmered in the dappled sunlight. The song stilled Floley's heart as he listened. The forest will show you the path you must take, she promised. Floley, Noah, and Serena found a sunflower in the forest. It shone as brightly as the sun itself. This flower is a sign of hope, Noah whispered quietly. Floley reached out and gently touched its petals. In that instant, a faint breeze blew from the depths of the forest. You are the bearers of hope, the voice echoed softly from the sunflower. Floley felt a tiny light kindle deep inside him. With a small nod from Noah and Serena, he began to walk once more. The trio then found a violet deep in the woods. The deep purple flower swayed gently as it spoke. With courage, the forest can be saved. Floley's legs trembled with uncertainty, for he could not see the road ahead. But the violet continued. Courage is not about size. Even a small step can move the forest. As Floley took a trembling step, the violet petals soared into the wind. They led him deeper into the forest, acting like a guidepost. Deep in his heart, he felt the seed of courage begin to sprout. Floley, Noah, and Serena arrived at an open clearing where gerberas bloomed all around in every color: red, pink, orange, yellow, and white. "This is a place only those who keep moving forward can find," Noah said softly. As a gentle breeze blew through, the flowers swayed in peaceful harmony. Serena spread her wings and began to sing with a light heart. "Whenever you feel lost, come back to the gerberas. They will always give you a hint on how to move forward." Serena's song rode the wind, gently enveloping the vast land of blooming flowers. The flowers swayed softly, as if they were answering her melody. Then the gerberas spoke. "It is okay to be lost. With every step you take, the path will reveal itself. The forest is still asleep, but it will awaken as you walk through it." Floley felt his anxiety and hesitation begin to lift. "So, the scenery changes because I am moving forward," he realized. Noah and Serena smiled. "Exactly. Even the same view looks different now, and as you change, the forest changes with you." Going even deeper, a clear light suddenly broke through. Floley stopped and found a flower blooming in the light. "An iris," Noah said quietly. White, blue, and purple irises stood with quiet dignity in the translucent light. Serena chirped softly to Floley. "This flower illuminates the path to the future." A voice echoed faintly from between the petals. "A believing heart will lead the future and the forest." Floley closed his eyes and took a deep, steady breath. The deeper they went, the more the air began to change. With every step, the forest felt colder and heavier. Though the wind blew, the leaves and branches did not seem to move. Even the scent of the grass had vanished. "The forest is holding its breath," Floley whispered as he stopped. In the distance, a black shadow was spreading, threatening to shroud the entire forest. At that moment, a light wavered silently. "A forest spirit?" Noah whispered in spite of himself. A single green light emerged from the deep woods. "I am Silva, the guardian of the forest's memories." Silva closed his eyes and began to speak gently. "Once, this forest was filled with boundless light. The wind danced lightly and the flowers were always smiling." Floley listened intently to his words. Silva gathered a faint light in his palm and pointed toward the depths of the forest. "The spirits were born to protect this light. We have stayed close to the forest's breath and watched over its radiance." At his whisper, the flowers and leaves swayed ever so slightly. "Every flower here has its own role. The sunflower brings hope, the violet brings courage, the gerbera brings the strength to move forward, and the iris, the faith to believe in the future. If you keep walking, the forest will give you an answer. But the shadow is slowly gaining strength." Silva reached out his hand, and a faint light flickered in his palm. "This is a spirit fragment. It holds the power of those who protect the forest." Floley carefully took it into his hands. The light pulsed with a warm rhythm. flickering as if resonating with his pendant. Overlap this fragment with your pendant, and the forest's power will awaken. But to use it, you will need your own courage. Floley listened quietly to Silva's words and gave a firm nod. If I believe in this power, the forest will respond to me, won't it? Silva smiled and whispered gently, Yes, it is your feelings that will change the forest. Floley quietly gripped his pendant. I must take this forest back, Silva said with a final gentle smile. Before the shadow spread, this forest was a place of hope, and now you are the only one who can restore its radiance. As they pressed on, the mist grew thicker and darker. The light faded as if being swallowed by the gloom. Something is different here, Floley said, stopping in his tracks. He gently touched a leaf and it silently turned to gray. The leaves are withering? Noah's voice trembled. Serena tried to take flight, but the mist pressed down on her, too heavy to move. This is no ordinary shadow. It's stealing the forest's very life. Then, a spine-chilling voice echoed from deep within the mist. Lost one, this forest is a land of endings. Its light is no longer needed. The mist spread slowly as they moved toward the source of the voice. The thing that's blighting the forest, Noah said, staying on high guard. The shadow drew closer, seeking to steal the forest's light. Floley felt a painful tightening in his chest. The light was vanishing, bit by bit. What should I do? Floley stood frozen, his hands trembling. He felt as if he were being swallowed by the shadow's cold presence. At that moment, the voices of the flowers drifted through the dark mists. The violet whispered, With courage, the path will open. The gerbera gently swayed its petals and said, Moving forward, even in doubt, becomes the strength of the forest. Wrapped in a faint glow, the iris added, Do not fear the future. Finally, the sunflower's voice resonated softly. Do not be afraid of the shadow. If you believe in the light, it will surely reach you. Floley closed his eyes and took a deep breath. If I believe? The sunflower answered, If your heart holds hope, the forest will answer. The light is within you. Noah shouted toward the shadow, We won't give up. Serena soared high and sang in a clear voice, Believe, Floley, you are the bearer of hope. Let's take back the light. Floley took a deep breath and stepped forward firmly. I am not afraid. He gripped his pendant and held it against the spirit fragment. In that moment, a soft light overflowed, and from out of nowhere the whisper of Silva, the forest spirit, resonated. This light is the power of the spirits who have guarded this forest, now resonating with your pendant. It is the key to awakening the forest, Silva continued. To dispel the shadows, your courage is required. Floley took another deep breath and turned the pendant's light toward the darkness. In that instant, a single streak of brilliance began to pierce through the shadow. The single streak of light spread little by little, and the forest was slowly reclaiming its glow. Just a little more. Floley focused all his strength, aiming the radiant pendant at the shadow. The last of the darkness smoldered deep within the woods, the profound gloom that the forest had harbored for so long. Your heart will awaken the forest, Noah said powerfully. The light will surely reach. Serena's clear voice resonated. Floley gripped the pendant and the spirit fragment with both hands, holding them high toward the shadow. Then, from the center of the faintly flickering darkness, a soft brilliance began to be born. The faint glow transformed into a golden radiance, enveloping the forest in all at once. The shadows unraveled without a sound, quietly vanishing into the light. The forest's power is returning, Floley cried out in awe. From the tips of the branches, tiny green leaves began to peek through. We did it! Noah hopped with joy as Serena sang her most beautiful melody yet. In Floley's hands, the pendant and the spirit fragment pulsed with a gentle light. The fragment turned into countless tiny particles of light, soaring high into the sky before slowly fading away. And there, in Floley's palm, only the original pendant remained. Sunflowers shone like the sun and violets smiled quietly. Gerberas swayed in the light, while irises stood with quiet dignity. All the other flowers and trees reclaimed their colors, and vibrant hues spread throughout the entire forest. The forest animals began to move about, and the sleeping spirits awoke as a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. This forest, it is alive, Floley whispered softly. Floley, Noah, and Serena walked through the forest. The forest was in full bloom with colorful flowers, reclaiming its new breath of life. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the trees. Serena fluttered her wings and said, "Listen, I can hear the voice of the wind. The forest is rejoicing." Noah added joyfully, "You are the one who brought back the light. The forest is so grateful to you, Floley." Floley looked up at the sky with a smile. "I will protect this forest, now and forever." Floley's journey with the forest has only just begun. The end. To everyone who enjoyed this picture book, thank you so much for watching until the end. This story is now available on Amazon in both ebook and paperback editions. We hope you will enjoy exploring the world of light and forest as you turn the pages.